Hello guys, and welcome to my theory video, Avengers Endgame Omniverse theory. Now, why exactly Omniverse? There's no aliens in the MCU. Well, maybe the Skrulls, but this is a thought I had like for a couple of months now, and I want to share it with you guys. This is gonna be a theory based on the ending of Ben 10 Omniverse. And as a big fan of Ben 10, not so much of Omniverse, because they kind of effed up the quality Demi Cartoon Network. Anyway, we all know if you're a fan of Ben 10 Omniverse, and well, just Ben 10 in general, in the ending of Ben 10 Omniverse, um, Earth explodes and Ben is in his Alien X form, not in the skinny Alien X, more like bulky Alien X. The fudge. And he tells I don't know the entity's name. I'm just gonna call them Happy and Sad Face. No, Happy and Mad Face. And Ben tells him like, "Oh, help me create Earth," and they agree, right? So then Ben creates Earth again, but not exactly the same, not 100% accurate. And we know this because when he reconstructs Earth, the smoothie that Mr. Smoothie place that he likes, instead of the normal like happy looking smoothie mascot, now it's like Goofy with like a tie and stuff, with like googly eyes, and his jacket also changes. So those two things change, what makes it weird. Well, not exactly weird, but not 100% accurate. Oh shit. Ah, blanket. So he creates Earth again, but not 100% accurate. And this is my theory for Avengers Endgame. Um, okay, I'm not a nerd. Like I'm a Marvel nerd, right? Like most of you Marvel fans since childhood and stuff. And I might get some stuff wrong, but like I don't know. Okay, so we all know that many people don't like the time traveling thing. Like, oh, I hate time travel. Like, it's gonna end up like Kingdom Hearts and Drop Distance, Young Senor with the whole time travel BS and all that stuff. Like, no, no, no. I commented on this video that time travel is the only way. We all know that time travel is the only way to bring Fantastic Four and the X Men to the MCU. So how does this connect with my Ben 10 Omniverse theory? Well, maybe during the movie, like the third act or second act, when the Avengers are like in the quantum realm going to like back in the past, as we saw those footage, like those pictures with like like the original Avengers 2012 film, like in the Loki attack. So we all know that in those like science fiction movies, if you go back in time and you go back to the present, you may change stuff. So woo, right there. And with the Omniverse theory again, during the Avengers time traveling, they may not notice that they're changing small or big stuff without their eyes, like without seeing. So maybe when they come back from the past or like far back in the past to prevent something or collecting the stones before the gauntlet was destroyed. Oh, and this is the thing: the Avengers are not gonna kidnap like the dead Avengers, like oh Spider-Man, you died. I'm gonna take your kid to the future and stuff. No, 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 that's not gonna happen. Like some people thought of that, but no. Anyway, the Avengers may change small things called time paradoxes, like in the Flash movie, Aquaman and Wonder Woman are evil, but for the Endgame one, small changes. Maybe when they're time traveling, they would kind of like the line, right? Like the timeline, it's like this, like flat. But because of their time traveling, it's gonna be like ooh, like that, and it's gonna kind of like disconnect. And say we have the X Men and Fantastic Four in a alternate version of the MCU where everyone's there, right? And while they're time traveling, the normal MCU world connects to the MCU 2.0 world. And this is what I was explaining on one of my videos. If you scroll all the way down, you will notice my video right there. I'm writing in a notebook. Anyway, um, maybe while they're time traveling, they would connect the two worlds together and create one that will be MCU 1.5 or like 2.0. And like in the Ben 10 Omniverse theory, while they're time traveling and then they come back and they defeat Thanos, everything will not be exactly the same as before. Like we all saw in the trailer too, how we see Black Widow with her red hair again and like with like blonde stripes. Like people are saying, oh, maybe the Avengers got her like from the like maybe she's like Black Widow from the Loki attack and then like brought back to no, I don't think so. That is, I think that they're gonna either go like to the past but also in the future because it's kind of weird to see like short blonde hair and then like in one shot she has like long red hair again with like the blonde stripes. So I'm guessing they're gonna go see how the future is or something. Well, I don't know. So they might change small things like Ben 10 did when he reconstructed Earth again, but not 100% accurate. And for the like in the Ben 10, like oh Earth dies, bring it back again, smoothie jacket. Like I think that's gonna happen when the Avengers on the third act or something when they're fighting Thanos. They're not gonna see that they changed, that they tweaked a bit or a lot. So maybe, just maybe, by the end of, and this is like like post credit theories right here now. Maybe for the ending, Iron Man, if he survives or not, he will see that the Stark Tower is no longer there. Right? It's gone. He sold it to someone in Spider-Man: Homecoming. So maybe for one of the post-credit scenes, introducing the Fantastic Four, like I said, the Avengers went back in time and stuff, changing a few things. Like I told you guys with the Ben 10 Omniverse theory, that they're gonna go back in time, change small things and stuff, like, and they will not notice until like later on. So the Stark Tower will no longer be the Stark Tower. We know that. It will be the Baxter Building, but that would be too obvious. So Kevin Feige will kind of make it discreet since like the Fox and Disney deal will close down on the 20th, MCU, yay, X-Men Fantastic Four. And maybe, just maybe, for one of the post-credit scenes, it can go three ways. One, the Far From Home theory. Well, the Far From Home post-credit scene. We all know that Far From Home will begin like 5 minutes or like minutes after the end of Endgame. So maybe during the third act, during the final battle with Thanos, Iron Man sends Peter Parker to a Quinjet, escaping from Titan 2 or like the Garden, because Thanos brought the fight to Earth. Now they're gonna bring it back to him, kind of like they did in Infinity War, but like better with all the Avengers. So maybe Iron Man is gonna. I'm not saying that he's gonna die, but maybe he's gonna send Peter to a Quinjet and escape. Like, don't look back, just go. And then he just goes, right? And then we see the Quinjet fly off, like, boom, like that. And then Thanos be like Lucky Bug and stuff. And then fight the end. I don't know what happened. I don't know who will die. And then for the post-credit scene, we see Peter going straight down to like the New York harbor, like on the ocean, with like tears on his face or something, and he's like, like the Quinjet is like hitting, like entering the atmosphere, and then he's just like, and then like freaking like splashes on the ocean and stuff, and then boom, like beginning of Far From Home. Second, the Fantastic Four post-credit scene. Now, I was thinking of making it a little bit discreet and stuff, so it won't be obvious with the Baxter Building. And this again will be the aftermath of the Omniverse theory with going back in time and going back to the present and tweaking a few things and stuff. But the only difference is that like Earth will not get destroyed. Just gonna alternate stuff. So for the Fantastic Four, we're not gonna show the Baxter Building. Maybe, um, maybe they're just like random average Joes walking, like like busy New York City, and then again, I'm trying to make it discreet. Or maybe we see four people, right? Like the Fantastic Four, right? Like in normal suits, but they don't have the powers yet. They're still like scientists. I think Reed Richards was like the only scientist, but they didn't have their powers yet, or they did. So either they showed the Fantastic Four, like their silhouettes or something, without their powers still, or maybe we see the four heroes looking up at the space station, and then Reed Richards be we see his face, right, and he's like, well guys, time to make a dream come true, and then boom, black. We see him looking up at the space station with like the rocket, and then boom, like cuts to black. All right, so we see four people. It might not even be in NYC, but just like at the space station they are, and like they see like the rocket, and they're just like this, and then like Reed Richards be like, well, time to make our dream come true, and then cuts to black, and then we know like, oh, like the Fantastic Four. As for the X-Men, oh, and this is a really good one. While the Avengers are time traveling and like reconnecting the time fabric and stuff with like the Omniverse theory of like going back to the present and then tweaking a bit stuff to make it all like alternate. Like um we might see, oh my god. Okay, so in the news, right? They're like, and I don't know if it's to make it obvious or just like right away, because either way, like the news will say, like, oh, breaking news, a baby has been born with a genetic disorder or something like that, and then like we see like in the like in those YouTube videos, like oh, like when they're like recording something and then like it's like low res, so we might see like, oh, breaking news, another baby was born with a genetic disorder, and then like in the freaking like 60 FPS like phone, it's like recording a baby with like unusual, like I don't want to make it like different skin color because that will make it obvious, but maybe with like a small discrete mutation that will explain that the X-Men are here, that it's another like the 100th baby or something like that that has been born with a genetic disorder. And then, but you might say, but what about the time travel? Like for the 100 babies, it would be like years or something. But what if when they go back in time, it's been um like around the same time? Like say it's like 12 o'clock on the alternate MCU world introducing the X-Men, but it's been like years, but in a discreet way, kind of like, oh, hello Avengers, like and they're like older, so maybe like when they go back from like the present, they will be like older, because I'm trying to find like like a way to explain the X-Men, because like like Professor X, Logan, Mystique, Cyclops, and Beast, like they will be in NYC or like spread it across like the globe, but maybe that's it. Maybe the X-Men are like in a different place, like in the United States or like around the world somewhere. And in NYC, like I said, like, oh, breaking news, like the 10th or 11th baby again to be born with a genetic disorder. Or when the Avengers come back to the NYC, they would see like a wallpaper that says like mutants are among us or something like that, like oh, genetic disorder problem in birth and stuff. So for the post credit scene, Like again, like oh, breaking news, another baby born with a genetic disorder, 60 FPS recording of like a potato, and then cuts to black, explaining that the mutants are in the MCU. So, what do you think, guys, of my Benton Omniverse theory that I just talked about for like 6 minutes, and then my three theories with Far From Home, how to introduce the Fantastic Four or the X-Men. Far From Home, going to the NYC shore and stuff, and the beginning of Far From Home, Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, like in his like 40s or something, like oh, trying to make our dream come true, and then the X Men theory with like oh, genetic mutations on birth and stuff, and like potato phone. Yeah. Well, that's my theory, guys, and until next time, true believers, Excelsior. Stanley will be missed. Bye, guys.